It is major week. It's the Open Championship. It's headed over to British shores for the final major of the year. To celebrate the final major, we're bringing you major content, major winners. I have former Open champion on the channel today, Collin Morikawa, who won the Open on his first time playing it, is joining us to drop some knowledge bombs on his golf clubs. This was filmed at the TaylorMade photo shoot. He gives us his insights as to why he likes certain models and what he looks for in new golf clubs. There's a lot of knowledge coming here that you as golfers can put into your game. That's why we bring you these tour players and their what's in the bags. Be sure to stay tuned to the end, because of course, to give you a little teaser, we're going to give you a giveaway of some cool swag that can also help you improve. So stay tuned all the way through to the end. Good luck to all the players playing this week in the Open Championship. It's going to be a belter. Make sure you watch it. Multi-major winner Collin Morikawa is joining me for a what's in the bag. We've got his brand new 2025 golf clubs hanging out in front of us here. Already got the woods out as you picked it up. Tell us what you like the look of first on these fairway wood options.
It's super clean. They sit really well. You know, leading edge for fairway woods is really important to me, just because, you know, you're not hitting quite as down as you would with irons. Yeah. But you still want it to get in the turf. You still want to be able to hit it. I like hitting my 3-wood a little bit high on the face. So depending on the leading edge, you know, I want it to get a little bit higher just so I can hit that knuckleball that goes a little bit farther than, you know, a normal 3-wood would. So you can control the trajectory of the face, the height at which you hit it, no problem. Yeah, but it's all based on the sole. It's all based on the leading edge, and yeah, it's kind of just how it goes through the turf. As a first look, I see you've moved this one now already one click towards lower. As a first look, you've done it on there too. What's the thinking? Again, just leading edge? Yeah, well, no, for me, I don't hit it as far as some of the other guys, and it's all about spin control. This brings the spin down, but still launches it high enough. And that's what you look for in a 3-wood. That's what I look for in a 3-wood. I look for something that is very versatile, where I can hit a high cut and land something soft on a green. But if I hit it off a tee, I want to get max distance. You know, the guys that hit it far, they can keep it high. I want the ones that's spinning a little bit lower, closer to 2,800, 3,000 spin with a 3-wood off a tee. So that's 80 grams in the Diamana golf shaft there. In the 5-wood, you've got 80 as well. Tipped a little stronger though, right? Which means tip cut a little closer. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will go heavier in a 5-wood. Maybe they go 90, 80, 70 or 80, 70, 60, all the way to driver. My first 5-wood, we just built it with an 80, so I kind of kept it, and it's been good since. But 5-wood for me is a little bit of the opposite. So 3-wood, I like it to knuckle, I like it to go. 5-wood, I want really consistent spin, because it's something I'm gonna be hitting into par 5s or a really, really long par 3, and I don't want the jump out of nowhere. I want to be able to have that consistent spin off of 5-wood, get the height, know it's gonna fly where I want. Have you toyed around with 7-woods? I haven't. I don't think I hit it far enough. So for me, 5-wood is the same distance as some guys' 7-wood. So that's kind of the loft I need to use. You've slipped now into X1s through the bag. Yep. They stop, I assume, at the wedges. Yeah, S4s as soon as you get into your scoring wedges. You were toying with the mids. What happened there? So what I noticed with the mids was that full shots are great. And I think when people test clubs and people try and find a club that fits them, they test it at full speed. It's 100% shot, on the range, stock shot. Problem is, you don't really hit that many shots, if ever, throughout a tournament that you say, I'm gonna hit a perfect stock range shot. And what I noticed with the mids were that they were launching a little bit too high. So into the wind, I couldn't keep them down and keep them flighted as I wanted. And I wish I kind of figured that out sooner, but it's all right. So you actually got to a point where you're playing him in a tournament, and then the field shots and the flighted ones? Yeah, I had him in the bag for a little bit, and I just couldn't keep it down as much as I wanted. It just kept rising, kept rising. I thought it was the swing, and you know, turned out to be just enough of the shaft just to make that difference where you have a little bit more confidence into the wind. Okay. As we go into the driver testing, before we get to your wedges, I know it's early. Talk to us first about the head cover. Dog head cover. This one's been through the ringer through, I think, 2 years now. But it's just our dog we have at home, a little golden doodle, Koa. Got his little markings, his little beard, his little top, so it's nice. Seen a few traveling events there. Yeah, yes. Now you've got an LS with M on it. Talk to me about that. And then you've got a Qi35 core model. So this LS I've actually been using for a little bit now, testing it out. For me, I've been in the LS model in the QI10. I've always been in kind of the lower spinning heads, even though I don't spin it that high. I just like the versatility, able to move weights. The shape of the head, it's a little bit smaller than the core.
Yeah.
And for me, a little bit smaller is going to look a lot better at address.
And you've got 10 in the heel, 8 in the front toe, and 5 in the back.
Yeah, that's got to be moved. I was trying to move a little bit of weight here and there everywhere, and those are all the weights I could find to move a couple things around.
This still got a chance in the core model or not?
You know, I don't think so. I think just the shape of the head, it's just a little bit too big for me. You know, look, last year, first 3 events, I tried all 3 drivers, 3 tournaments. Yeah. You find a way, but the way the QI10 looked was a small, just nice traditional shape. And
QI35.
That's what, well, no,
the QI10
the QI10 that I've been using.
Okay.
And, you know, this QI35 looks very, very similar. And I think just, I'm used to the shape for the QI35, the LS head. So that's kind of what I'm going to be sticking to.
Is this a new addition in the golf ball, having the blue 5 on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little nod to the Dodgers.
I figured it was.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Perfect.
TP5X you've used a long time too.
I've actually gone back to the TP5.
Really?
Yeah, so I switched. I went to the TP5X 2023 playoffs, and then BMW this year, so about pretty much exactly a year, I went back to the TP5.
Okay, perfect. So then we talk about wedges, but before we get there, I see that you have, which I think when I first met you, you had these, the P730s in, but from 7 iron down. What's your thinking there?
So once again, like, smaller the better for me. I mean, the workability, the way it sets up, I've used them for the entire time I've been a pro, right? So, you know, it's something I'm comfortable with. I know what they do. I know what they go through the turf. And, you know, I just like the look at address. I have gone to like P7 CBs when I'm over there at the Open. Just certain turfs throw me off a little bit with the blades, but these are my go-tos all the time.
Okay. When we talk about lie angles through the set, do you grade everything down off the 4 iron, or do you go more upright in the wedges, flatter in the wedges? How do you do it?
I've messed around with going a little bit flatter. I think everything's pretty standard throughout the bag for me, at least standard on my specs. Right? Yeah. I've messed around with wedges. The hard part is sometimes you change one thing and you don't really know if that's the case, right? You have a million different turfs, a million different lies, and it's hard to get a gauge sometimes to find your base. So I like to just stick with what I have and go from there.
So when I look at this as well, 50, 56, 60, all, well, we've got different grinds coming up now on certain heads. Low bounce, you've got a Tiger grind, I think, in here. Yep. G written on it. What's all the...
The G's are some new stuff going on in the wedges that I'm testing.
Tell us more. What's the G?
It's just more in the grooves. I think they're doing something new. They're testing out just the way they cut them. But they're just brand new wedges, so
do you like always being involved in the testing stuff? Because I know we use you a lot for it.
It's fun. I mean, for me, it's something that you never think about doing.
Yeah.
But then you really get a feel for clubs, and I think what it does is, you know, when you're a kid, you want to just test whatever's new, and you just want to have it, right? And now when you continue to play and you play a lot more and you're able to test it, you learn a lot more about what you like.
Hope you're enjoying the video so far. I mentioned to you we're going to have a special giveaway. One of my brand partners, SkyCaddie, has kindly offered up for one of you guys the Pro 4X plus some GameTraX 360 SuperTags. Now, what are these things? Let's give you a quick overview. I have not tried the Pro 4X. This is the brand new GPS from SkyCaddie where you can map the golf course and figure out where you need to play. So strategy is a big thing. Look at these tour players. They're playing these courses for the first time. They use this virtual yardage book to help them around the golf course. I've got videos on how to use this. One of you lucky followers can get your mitts on that. But in addition, these GameTraX 360 SuperTags as well. These are the tags that go on the end of your golf clubs. You've seen them on mine, and then you can track your performance, take a look at your avatar, how you're swinging the golf club, how you're delivering it. Great ways to improve your game, providing you manage the information correctly. You can get your hands on these, but you are going to have to answer, first and foremost, a question in the comments. Collin Morikawa is going to talk between now and the end. He's going to hit on his short game and what he did to unlock some fantastic short game play. Listen, take note, because we can all learn from it. I know I can. And then put in the comments what he actually did to improve his chipping around the greens. Stick that in the comments, take a screenshot. Head over to Instagram. The link to SkyCaddie is in the description below. You're gonna follow SkyCaddie on Instagram, and then you're gonna follow me, subscribe to me on YouTube, which I assume you already are. Take screenshots of those things, DM me on Instagram. All this is gonna be in the description, and I'll pick a winner from my DMs in Instagram next Tour Truck Tuesday. And you can get your paws then on these items. They will help your game. So enjoy the rest of the video. Obviously, you're now gonna subscribe. Let's hear what Colin's got to say as we unlock the short game magic.
And you feel those differences. So then when you are able to test a new club, you can be like, okay, well, this is already what I don't like, what I like, and then really feel those out. And you kind of create your own encyclopedia, I guess, on every little thing that is added or taken away from a golf club.
So that'd be good advice for anyone out here watching this at the end of the day. Find the clubs that you like and then build off of that.
Yeah.
This is testing at the moment, I assume?
No, that's just in my bag.
Just in your bag for the photo shoot today. Looks good though.
Yeah, it looks great.
Where's the actual gamer gone?
Somewhere else in the cart probably. They don't want it in here.
Is it the Soto?
It's TaylorMade. It's still
the Soto, right?
It's the Soto.
And the golf shaft I noticed in the putter, is it
golf
the same one?
Diamana putter shaft.
How did you come on that?
You know, obviously I used steel for a long time and never thought about putter shafts, and hired a putting coach, was using the LA golf shaft, which was very stiff, very heavy, and it was just too much for me. And you don't really feel the difference until you try them right next to each other. So Diamana made me a shaft that kind of is closer to a steel, but has a little bit more stability than a steel shaft. And it's been amazing. I've had my best putting year this year, and it's nice to see a consistency, but you know, you need the hot week sometimes.
And your short game this year in particular, I noticed from the data that I've been getting, I know we talked before about clipped, but it reveals short game is insane.
Yeah, I think I missed more greens, that might be why.
There was one round of the PGA Championship that was off the charts. I remember when I looked through your data, that was in there.
Yeah.
How have you gone to this huge jump? Because have you always played 50, 56, 60?
Pretty much. You know, yeah, when I came out, chipping and short game was not my strength. And, you know, you can get away with certain shots, but I think this year what was so good was I kind of threw everything out of the window about technique and trying to be perfect and saying, you know, watching all these videos and talking to coaches, where this year was like, I want to get the ball to the hole. I want to have it come out this height, and I'm going to, you know, just have a nice little tap in. And I focused so much about just my initial gut feeling of how the shot would come out, that's what I would trust. And if I never felt comfortable, then I'd step away and just use a different club. I putted a lot off fringes, which could be skewed a little bit towards the short game as well. But there's nothing wrong with putting off the fringes if you feel good. And that's like, I hit a lot of shots this year that I was confident with, and that's like, you have to.
That's unreal. That's good. Good information. Now, I heard you talking about grips. You have a very, it'd be wrong of me not to mention it because you have a unique grip build-up.
Yeah.
And you're playing around with other grips. Tell us the story on that and how you found what is the right grip for you.
I mean, I've used the
what glove size are you first?
I'm a cadet medium large.
Okay.
So I don't really have that big of hands, but I've used these Z grips since I can remember.
But you have a weird tape configuration.
It's been a long time. I've got a different tape configuration on my irons. I had a few more wraps on my right hand just to make it feel a little bit more even. I'm just messing around with grips because I have the time right now, and I just want to see, you know, does that change a little bit of the feel? Our hands are the most important thing in golf, and if you know where your hands are going and you know where the club face is, you can make your swing go a certain direction, and that's all about shape and start lines and all that. So it's just more, can my hands have a little bit better feel to the face? You know, my irons have been a little bit better, not quite where I want them, so I'm just trying to take small little deep dives. If it doesn't work, then I'm not going to push it. You know, like I said, I've used these for forever now. Yeah.
Wood configuration different to the irons and the wedges though, right?
Wedges and woods are pretty similar. Irons are different.
Okay, why?
Just because, you know, I feel like with wedges, I build up my right hand because it gives me a little bit more control and it doesn't allow my right hand to overcompensate and, you know, release it and flip over. Wedges, I'm not trying to hit, you know, nice hard fades, and I'm trying to keep them pretty neutral and pretty straight, so I don't need that. Woods, you know, longer shaft, a little bit bigger sometimes on the butt end, and same thing, like the driver's, it's such a long club. I don't really need the help of it fading more with a large grip. You know, if you had a really big grip, like some guys use, it's hard to rotate the face.
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
Yeah. When you look at all this, you travel with more than 14 clubs each week, right?
Yeah, I probably travel with 2 to 3 60s, 2 4-irons, and that's about it. So.
And how often are you changing those 60s?
Clubs. Quite often. I mean, we're really lucky. So I use the Tiger grind majority of the time. So I'm changing that out probably every 4 tournaments.
Okay. And then someone watching this that's looking to get fit for golf clubs, looking to get new stuff, realizing how deep you go, what advice would you give to them?
I mean, one, trust your club fitter, right? Don't try and swing harder. I mean, I've done it in the past. You get there and you try and swing harder. You don't hit your shot. Hit the shot you normally do, right? Like if it's a 70% cut shot, hit that shot and get fit for that instead of saying, oh, you know, I'm going to swing hard. I want the best shaft. The best shaft is the best shaft that fits you. So what kind of player are you?
Yeah. Fantastic. There you go. Collin Morikawa, thank you, mate. Great information. If you want to know any more, get down into the comments. If you've got questions on Collin's bag, I'll put all the links into all of his stuff as well on socials. Collin, wish you the best luck for 2025.
Thanks, Charlie.
Cheers, mate.